practice 4 coming up over Lukey Heights. Just loses traction at the rear end there, spitting him off. Nasty crash to have, but he is up and okay. Much of an effect. Here's a replay of the crash.
Look at the way the bike grinds along the tarmac. That's why there's debris left everywhere. The rider bouncing over the curb. There is about a 10mm difference there between the edge of the curb.
Another rider to fall victim in that free practice 4 session.
Yes,
he was limping a bit from this as well.
Yeah, and that's the second one. He actually has sustained bruising to one of his ankles. Is it any wonder after that happened earlier?
As Davies is lighting the time screen down. Oh, that's an enormous crash! An enormous crash for David Salom here in this session with just over 4 minutes remaining. The bike turn 11 and turn 12, and that's the high side, but it's just at such a high speed that both bike and rider being cartwheeled around.
The track at Siberia. Look in the background.
Oh yeah, it's the high side, and he was, oh my word, Gino Ria nearly collecting him as well. He was very, very...
Top 4, 1.5 separate.
Oh, Thomas has gone down, and that's such a shame for him on his World Superbike debut. He's had a few moments in this race, and I think he might be okay. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, he's just decked out. He's just decked out, lost the front. Maybe look in the background. Same as Chaz Davies, exactly the same crash as Chaz. Time screens, I actually just hit number 16 and I nearly had a minor heart attack. Onto the start-finish straight we go.
In the train, the white bike, this is the left-hander of turn 10. That was a strange one.
It's just decked out completely. You see there's a dip in the circuit there, just as they go left, and he was just carrying so much corner speed, it just looked like it completely decked out.
Fault services. And of course the key thing, high. Oh, and look at that! Tom Sykes!
Massive crash there for Tom Sykes.
He'd just been caught, and when he was catching Haslam, look, left hand side. My goodness me.
Word, that is a nasty, nasty. Totally in 43 races. It was an incredible record. See what's going on here. He's gone straight on. And then, oh my word! Randy de Punier has lost the front end, and then Randy himself has wiped out Alex Lowe's. 11 up the inside of VAR, going way, way, way too quick. That's his crash totally. He's wiped out Kem 9th. Oh my, that was a nasty, nasty corner. Just bifted. Oh, Leon has them getting payback for Assen by the looks of things there. The two came close to each other.
Workers, if they were paid, they would have earned that pay very much in this race alone. There is Greg Black, then out. The in is on the left. Oh dear.
That's a bit unlucky, that. That's...
Was at the S's, that's on the change of direction there, yeah. No damage done to much the bike or him. Oh, Jonathan's obviously...
Melbourne and down.
Oh, I don't think why did he have to... Oh, and that's at Schwant, that's at the Craner Curves Schwant area. That's a big one, is that?
That was Aidan
Jonathan. Oh, that's coming now. Yeah, lost. Just got it towards from there. Really.
Oh, that's Nico Tyrrell. Wow. What a massive get off the Altea bike. He's just come back.
Look how quick he's coming into turn 3 there. Now the bike really destroyed Greg.
Yeah, they're requiring a complete rebuild of the grid. There's an incident for him in free practice 3 yesterday morning. Hasn't been, as you can see then, a trouble-free weekend, but nevertheless he's up there on the front row. Yep. There was Ricky Russo. There's the contact. Russo on the right, VAR on the left.
On the outside, now they're up to the braking zone. That is turn 4, and who's out?
Down,
Torres.
I think. Yep, I think it was...
So welcome back, our European viewers, looking at the crash.
Out of shape, but Keenan just went into the turn 3, turn 4 and 5, just front.
With a second toe fracture. This is why. These are the opening few minutes.
Number 7. Chaz is down.
No, Giuliano. That's a very, very big accident for Davide Giuliano. This is a replay.
Yeah, just watch it as it kind of flicked out. He lost the back and then it laid it out. But that was very heavy, and he is going to be beaten up with that. It did look really, really nasty. Could have... well, it could be very, very serious. Very fast, that is for sure.
No, he's come together with Alex Lowe. So Alex Lowe's coming into the pit lane, and he can't...
Washout, isn't it?
And Biocco is the rider who's right behind. So let's see how Biocco avoids the situation. Thank goodness that bike didn't make its way back onto the track, and we've seen that happen before. Oh, in fact, it did. Oh! And that was Biocco just avoiding it. And
you see here, he actually makes contact with Matteo Biocco, and then the high side effect. He slams hard down on the back of his head and on his back. Look at that, really, really nasty incident.
Look at him, and it's Davies.
Davies goes through, but Biaggi goes, oh, they've hit, Biaggi's down, he's hit Tom Sykes.
No, I think, well, they were too into what's happened. Wow.
Yeah, just low-sided, just spun round.
125 GP world champion Nico Terol. That's the back end of Jules Cluzel's crash on Friday. Oh, there you see, Chaz Davies have gone wide again. Vladimir's okay. And, oh, blimey, the bike certainly isn't. That is a mess there. And puffing
in the warmer conditions, but I think
Vandermark
goes down.
Oh, that's such a shame. The Dutchman was pushing and pushing and pushing, and he could smell another podium, but sadly for him,
Jordi Torres up to ninth, and
do you know what that was on?
This Maverick Vinales,
angry.
He is not happy.
I think he knows.
Oh, he's nearly gone down.
Oh,
He's gone down. He's crashed coming into the pit. Maverick Vinales, yeah, just not paying attention, not looking where he was going. Onto the grass, just clipped the tyre wall on the outside, and down he went. Place, he's down at turn number 8. That's a fast old crash for the former Moto2 world champion. He gets spun around fast.
So we have 36.5 minutes remaining, but is that the end as far as the timings go? As we stand at the moment, they will go straight into qualifying 2. Marquez, Miller, Hayden, Dovizioso, Bautista, Barbara, Crutchlow, Smith.
Valentino Rossi, oh, fast crash for Bradley Smith. That's at turn number 8.
And that's just after you...
Cost him. Yoni Hernandez. Well, could that have been a different story had he not gone down? It's perfectly okay. This was a fall at turn 4 for Loris Baz. Front end just locking out from underneath him. He was almost braking. 0.8 seconds. Oh, Marquez has crashed out of the Grand Prix, just as he did in 20.
He has crashed out of the lead. We look at the crash once again. Front end, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, front end washing away.
Ooh, it's the right side of the track. They're both on the brakes together. Here comes...
Oh, Ice is down.
Alexis Spargo's gone.
Carbon copy crash of the one that he's turn 4.
And now there are 2, and those 2 are fighting for that final place. Maverick Vinales and Andrea Dovizioso. What a great ride by Aleix Espargaro. What a brave ride. He didn't deserve to go down so close to the finish.
Yeah, he was pushing hard, was Aleix Espargaro. Just wonder whether 4. Yeah, Miller wasn't. Yeah. See that happen so often, just getting
to turn number 4. And yet, just as he started to feather on the throttle there, that tips him off. Doesn't look like there'll be a huge amount of damage to that machine, though. It just sort of gently...
He's on his feet and walking away. Tumbles through the gravel trap. Carbon and debris.
Can we see a replay of it? And just on the exit there for...
Happened to Julian Simon.
Oh, he went down. I didn't even see that. He's right in front of us as well.
Yeah, locking the front end.
Well, he's up and okay. That's the main thing.
Just keep, or best qualifying in MotoGP, just keep at it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it also goes to show that...
yeah, it was at turn number 9, top of Lukey Heights.
Well spotted. I mean, that's a quick place to go down. I saw a similar crash like that, actually, in World Superbike here last...
since Aragon in 2012.
So early. That was a nasty, nasty crash.
That was like he was crashing in the rain, and there's no way in a million... Turn 10, isn't it? On the brakes, down the hill.
That was early as well. Really early.
Steve, right-hander.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a...
And he's about to grab a bit too much throttle.
Oh, he tried to hold on as well. Oh dear, he got run over.
Good night, Vienna. Look at that. Rear slides. Oh, face plants the screen.
Oh, really nasty. Watch this on board now. Yeah, on the throttle. Nuts the front of the screen. Ouch.
That's going to be sore when he wakes fest in these cooling conditions.
It looks like a light tumble in contrast to some of his rivals. So it in, and then just behind him, early again, into the corner, Hafiz Syahrin goes down.
Like a crash in wet weather conditions for Hafiz Syahrin. We could set up a body shop here at turn number...
Braking hard, down into turn 10. Oh, so early into the corner. He had nothing.
That reminds for 2014 when he was leading the MotoGP race. Absolute carbon copy. He hadn't even tipped into the corner. Number 2.
Oh,
he had
that
barely
is a
tipped
massive crash. Look at the speed that he's... That is a monster crash from the champion Johan Zarco.
When was the last time Johan Zarco bit the dust twice in one session? Sparks flying, and not in a good way for Johan Zarco.
Alone. It's exactly the same crash as what we've seen from everyone else.
And who was behind him? Sam Lowes, who's probably going...
Has just gone up by 1/4 of a second in Sector 1. Oh, he's just lost it. That is a massive crash from Jesko Raffin. He's crashed again.
I mean,
he's had some big crashes here this weekend. Those Mark VDS boys are going to be seriously busy. The bike has completely de-shedded its fairings. He's done it again. Sam Lowe's into turn one, down a gear. Oh my word! Was that a high side? He crashed on the second lap in Japan last weekend, and there you see, perhaps just given the front end too much, trying to make up for a bad start, and the bike cartwheels over place.
and he is dropping back into the clutches.
Rins is wide.
Well wide.
Oh, he's off! He's off! Alex Rins is down and out of this race. There he is, he's going in. I think he's jumped down into neutral or something there.
Yeah.
He's gone down the gears, hit neutral, and it's probably the worst place to do it. See what happened here to Julian Samano. He's at the back of that group trying to stay in touch with him, and unfortunately, just a bit too low there. He's certainly
Pizzini's down.
Pizzini having the best ride of his season. For just too much for the front end to cope with, I'm afraid.
That's a real shame. Place back. Of course, it gives another place to Johan Zarco.
Well, another sign that conditions are certainly getting worse. We had Andrea Locatelli. He came into the box a few minutes ago, and as we know, he's actually quite good.
Feeling right. If your head's not in the right place, as we just see a replay here of Ursel going down, it will play games with you despite the bearings. Exactly the same thing, and it is a quick crash. Look at that, flying through the grass. Luckily, she stays on her feet also now. Let's get a replay of this. There is,
yeah, lost the rear
high
coming
side
out.
there, nasty. The bike veers off circuit, luckily.
Not too far behind, didn't he? Another second place finish. Oh, Antonelli's down. I was just about to say Nicola Antonelli's had a great weekend so far, and he was on
Hit one of the puddles, and there you see, just as soon probably as he got that hand feathered on the frost. Look at it, a few riders going wide. Yeah, there you see, just low, not a lot of speed. Here is, oh, and he's gone down. He's just gone down right in front of our very eyes here at turn 4. Left then. Oh, yeah. Well,
he was a bit wide. It looked like he was...
Two VR46 riders getting in each other's way, and Bruniger's going to go on the grass here. He'll be lucky to stay on board. Wow, and he's had to throw it down. And
from the front, just to try and help deal with these cooler conditions.
Yeah, we're just in a replay there of Bagnaia there, and I feel like he's just sat up at the wrong point there, online as well, and back. As Riley's down, massive high side, out of turn 12 for Corvara. He was on one of the brilliant laps.
Well, he just track position are going to be absolutely vital then as we move into the final 3 minutes. Fabio Quattararo's made a meal of it, and Lauren the Leopard KTM comfortably. He qualified with a 1:39.485. That's the tip off, the front end washing out for the last place on earth. You want the front end washing out from underneath you, and Jorge Navarro, that was close. Old man Brad Binder, the new world champion that leads. Buliger's fight straight back up the inside. Oh, there's a fall down.
Crash.
Darren Binder's gone. Joan Mear's been taken down.
Oh, that's a massive, massive crash there. 4-5.
Caught up in some of that early drama.
Yeah, well, we've had 5 riders that have gone down that could arguably have won this race here. Oh, someone got run over there as well.
Corridor and Powie. It all seemed to start from Darren Binder losing the rear.
Oh, dear me. Incredible stuff, as always, and there's a big crash there further back. Now, is that Lorenzo Della Porta, who's gone down? As they make their way around, he went really wide, and he got a bit of a nudge on the way, but he was going so slow. I don't know if he missed a gear or something. There he is.
Number 10 for the 4th time. Gabriel Rodrigo, that was aggressive.
Oh, no, they've both gone down. Gabriel Rodrigo's wiped out Pecco back.
Antonio.
Too late, as his crash, I'm afraid. And then Gian Antonio wipes out Pecco Bagnaia.
Of the year, Joan Mir, Fabio De Gian Antonio and Nicola Buliger have already crashed out of this Grand Prix. And I don't think...
10 lap restart. It will be a quick restart procedure, so the teams will get the pit lane.
Oh, and McPhee's gone down. He was losing the front. Oh, my goodness me. This is a horrendous crash. The bikes are pinging around all over the circuit. Oh, this is absolutely disaster. McPhee lost the front. He went down. Then over the top there went Migno and Bastianini, and then coming through there as well. Oh my goodness me. And now this one's on over just yet. Darren Binder at the moment holds on to it. Gabriel Rodrigo's gone off. How on earth? No, he's going to get off and
scoring places. This is what happened to Navarro. Well, he got a bit of a tap from Bo Benschneider, didn't he? Absolutely nowhere to go.
Really gutted.
Well, when he came out of the final corner, he would have seen
Is there contact with Federica Caricasuda? There may well have been a touch there. It knocked the front end away. Let's have a look. Is there a touch? Yes, I think there was. And look at Gammarino. That was so close. We were talking millimetres there for the career. He's got a lot of riders to deal with. Baldolini's in there, Jacobson and Gammarino. Oh, and down. Who's that? That is Keenan Safoglu. Lose what happened out of Siberia. Around comes the back and into the barrier goes Keenan Safoglu. Luckily then he's
line up the inside of somebody. It's also easy. Oh! Yeah, 59 off there, and that's Willow. That's the local.
Oh, good heavens!
I tell you what, making a bit of ground up as it got off lightly, I think there.
He did, didn't he?
What happened to the other kid start?
Oh, and Jacobson tries to cut down. Jacobson goes down going into turn 2, and the catapults the Honda after him.
What's he saying? Right on the inside. Oh, that's the crash. That one, that was a typical first.
16-year-old Canadian was involved in that. He was starting from the back of the grid.
I tell you what, Safoglu was so lucky to miss that.
It's a miracle he did.
He's not getting back on that, isn't PJ?
This is the high side that saw him out of Super Pole 1.
Yes. He's a shine here, but I think... Oh! Just as he puts his leg out to indicate that he'll be slowing down, the luckless PJ Jacobson goes down and drops the Honda World Supersport.
Randy Krummenacher. This is the Gammarino incident, so he's gone off and then lost it trying to rejoin.
The bike's right on the race line as well, yeah.
Oh, Ilya Milicek just running off the track as well there.
Jack, talk us through it. We're looking for the number 4 bike. There he is.
Very deep.
Oh, with Gammarino again. And Gammarino's already crashed once and he's been pushed across the gravel by Gino Ria. Bassani doing a good job to avoid them. Amazing save for Gammarino and Gino. Cluzel, Gammarino tries to take 2 in 1. He clips Krummenacher, he clips Cluzel. Amazing avoidance for Jules Cluzel.
Don't actually catch the start of the replay there, but you can see Cluzel out of the race and this is where Kyradine crashes out of the race at the final corner. Similar enough to what we saw with Nicky Hayden there as well yesterday. The grip just goes.
This is where he almost had the collision with Krummenacher and Cluzel on the first lap of this race. Similar situation.
Позиции сейчас переместился французский гонщик на Агусте. И здесь у нас падение. 61 номер чемпионата Европы. ФИМ в общей сложности. Более 3 десятков гонщиков вышли на старт. И мы помним, к чему это, например, привело во время первого подобного опыта в этом году в Альканисе на трассе Моторленд.
What went on at turn 5?
Oh, skittle job, wasn't it?
Who was that? Was that Sacconi? One of the gets the move.
Oh, wow! Oh, that should have hurt, but he didn't. He got it. It's a monster crash. Not. Yeah. Just slid out from under him.
And if Randy Krummenacher thinks he's going to run away with this... Oh, he's down! Krummenacher tucks the front in turn 1.
That's the World Championship.
Covering, oh, and there it is. That's the first time we've actually seen that. That's a high side. It brings up some of the artificial grass as well. Oh. Turn 1, up the inside comes the number 2. That's Roberto Tamburini. And just as we had last year, it's total chaos at the start. Down the field, it's almost impossible from this. Look, one of them actually made a mistake. Put the front brake on too hard. This rider on the left, it may have been Sheeb. Just absolute chaos. Absolute chaos. Look at that. And then there's more and you think it's settled down and then it carries on. Oh, that was awful. That was actually top of the screen. And then the double lefts and down goes Roberto Tamburini from that 4th position. So it's Mercado with the advantage. The pole sitter though, there's a collision in the middle of the field there. At least 2 riders are down. Oh my goodness, how on earth did they all miss them? Wide. This is the first lap of the race we're watching. That is Alessandro Andreozzi again in trouble. And then big contact behind by the looks of things for Pufa and Walraven down here at the first corner. Certainly one of them on his feet and walking away
on that particular very high-speed incident for the Italian, and thank goodness the bike was away from the rider when they both hit the gravel trap. That's what sent the bike airborne.
Last, but here's a wild card this weekend, and a huge crash for Russo as we come through the fast right-handers, and that's actually just where we saw Andriotto's bike go off as well.
Straight in between Marconi and Guarnoni. Look in the middle. Oh my goodness me, that was a horrible situation. That could have been so much worse. So many. This is through the Carl Fogarty S's earlier on in the race. Swedish look on the left-hand side. This is Tony Finsterbusch in the next lap going down and almost wiping out Souchet. Wow, that's the second near miss Souchet's had then in the space of about 5 minutes. There was gravel all over the track.
His stock 1000 career, and you can see here for Taddy Makata's crash this morning, and a really big crash for Makata. You can see there the front just folding on the way through turn 4, and really. Sorry, John.
And now he's coming up the inside again. They're going to touch. Oh, they do. They're both down. I can't believe it. Mikado out. De Rosa out. And the final lap. What on earth were you doing, he says. And the battle continues in the gravel. Had the lead. And there's the touch when they got to turn 13. Here's another view of this one. So De Rosa dives up the inside. Oh, it was never really on. De Rosa was not going to make the corner. I'm sorry. Look how wide he was when they actually touched. Mikado is fair there. He gave him room. That's certainly my opinion.
Давайте посмотрим, что произошло. Вот это было на первом круге. Мы не видели сам.
Marini's trying to go rid of him in second. Ricardo, Russo, Guarnoni's down. The number